Back to our show.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
It's really low in the background. Oh. What is that?
Shed that.
It's a group called Avatar.
Television.
Huh?
It's a group called Avatar.
Ghost.
Huh? Avatar.
I was on television. Shut up.
Quiet.
You're fired.
How was Red Eye last night?
Unbelievably fun.
Was it?
It was Ann Coulter, Dean Cain. I didn't know Ann was on.
Oh,
Dean Cain.
Who was
Superman Dean
really
Cain?
cool guy. And, of course, Andy Levy. And Greg was there to host.
Mm-hmm.
And, fuck, was it fun last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old Dean Cain.
He's a relatively conservative dude, huh?
I guess. I mean, we always get so silly on that show.
Yeah.
I talk about it, and very rarely do I. It's like you talk about the topic a little bit, but I just get ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the best thing. It's just, there have been times Greg asked me, like, so Anthony, what do you think about this, that, and all I'm thinking is how I could segue his question into what I want to say anyway.
Yeah,
and that's what I usually do. It's like, oh, yeah, I think I agree with that. But also...
I agree with this.
I'm almost as comfortable on Red Eye as I was on Tough Crowd. Like, it's a much different vibe and a much different environment.
Yes.
But it's so complete. And they love fucking Gutfeld. He will run Fox because, like O'Reilly now, he subs for he's got the 5.
Yeah.
That cocksucker's on every 20
He's subbing
minutes.
for O'Reilly?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, good for Greg.
Gutfeld is a really...
Did not know that.
Yeah, because he's a relatively young,
Yeah.
decent looking, and very,
Talented
very...
guy.
But he's not irrational. Like, you could talk to him if you're a liberal. He's not a fucking get rid of gays. He's not one of those guys. He's a very rational guy.
I like. I watch him on the 5 a lot, and he writes up his little segments about a topic of the day or week and stuff, and it's really concise and funny, and he's got a good view on things.
I found myself watching. Chris Mathews.
Yes. Oh God,
Chris Mathews.
He's just too predictable.
Chris Mathews.
Well, I was watching because they played a JFK tape that's never been played before.
Oh,
of him talking about the debate with Nixon.
Oh yeah,
and the makeup controversy. So there was there was controversy about the makeup and that it was possibly done on purpose to fuck Richard Nixon.
Oh, really?
A bit of a conspiracy. That's the word I was looking for.
What do you mean?
But then it turned out that it's the same makeup guy is used a lot. But some were saying that, the makeup guy was in on saying, this is how we're going to fuck Richard Nixon in this debate because he's going against the handsome JFK guy. We're going to give him shitty makeup.
Her pancake makeup.
Because it's been discussed many, many times over the years. That's why, Nixon lost that election because he looked like shit on TV. And it was the first, debate, right?
Yeah, it was black and white too.
But they had
makeup.
Yeah, but he had sweat on his upper lip, his forehead,
was sweating.
and they said he looked really pale. And that's when I said to myself, "It's black and white. How can you really tell that?" But I guess back then, when all you saw was black and white TV, you probably were able to tell that shit more than you would nowadays. And they also said that Nixon was in the hospital for that leg infection for something like 3 weeks.
I had shingles.
Was it shingles?
Always with the shingles.
What's that? I couldn't hear you.
Prior to the debate.
Shingles.
But do we have the video?
Shingles.
Because what you get to see, the audio is a little rough, but what you get to see is a JFK extremely relaxed. And his speaking voice is very different than his public voice.
He's not ask not.
No, he's very mellow.
Yeah.
It was fascinating.
I seen this tape years ago.
Look at it.
I should have gave you guys a heads up that we were going to go here.
That's
but the
fine.
tape was released yesterday or the day before.
That's cool. Chris, man.
Oh, they don't really. It's just not online somewhere.
Hey. It's hardball with Chris Mathews. My hair's a mess.
There it is.
If you don't turn that this way, I'm going to kiss you on the lips.
Well, tonight we have some newly discovered footage of Jack
exactly
Kennedy
what I watched
talking
last night.
candidly,
Exactly, right here.
Unaware that a camera was rolling. About his first debate with Richard
wasn't
Nixon.
aware the camera was
this was
going?
just 4 days after that debate. Here's the backstory. That first presidential debate of 1960 was the first ever televised, and television gave Kennedy the clear edge. More than 60 million people watched, and what they saw may have been more important than what they heard.
The
a haggard Nixon just back from the hospital, pale with sweat on his chin and upper lip. By comparison, Kennedy was cool and flushed with confidence, projecting the winning image that would take him to the White House. Well, the story goes that Nixon relied on makeup that failed to hold up under the hot lights in the studio. The newspapers had a field day with that story, and the Chicago Daily News, a Republican paper, went so far as to suggest that Nixon's makeup had been intentionally sabotaged by a Democratic makeup artist. Well, that story, of course, turned out not to be true. But the makeup issue was as hotly debated as the debate itself. And here, hardball producer Will Robbie dug through the NBC News archive and discovered footage with sound of Jack Kennedy talking while having his makeup done on camera just 4 days after that debate. He was at his home in Hyannis, Massachusetts, preparing for an interview with David Brinkley and Chet Huntley of NBC News.
Sounds
it's a rare
rough,
glimpse, I'm sure to tell you, behind the curtain at Jack Kennedy's off-air persona. While the audio is poor, you can make out that they're discussing the story about Nixon's makeup. Historian Michael.
Oh boy! Oh, good one. Chris.
Historian Michael. Historian Michael Betlow is here with me now.
Chris.
And Michael, you've seen this and you agree this is a big deal.
Yeah, it's amazing because Chris, number one, especially this week, if you think about the
video.
He has hair like JFK.
Right.
You and I maybe have not seen before. JFK.
Comfortable voice.
To think that there could be anything like that.
What gender are you,
voice? Have a find that. At
this
least
is
you
all
and I have
fat
not
that
seen
you
it.
cut off your
Most
steak.
Americans have not. It really is a
I
discovery.
love it because, like the scene in Crisis about the Alabama
Play the
desegregation
video.
effort,
This is what I was saying to
you got a
myself
glimpse of the guy who doesn't think the cameras are on.
Chris,
get to it.
Enough suspense. Let's take a look at what we found here.
Right.
Listen to his voice, though.
That story about the Democratic makeup man. Yeah, we got an angle about the union, and an angle now about the lighting of the. Who did make him up? No, man. Yeah, well, why not? Who was it, Lynn? Do you know? No, he has been because that for a long time. Same fellow, but why doesn't Chicago Daily News have that? I don't know what looking for that, but. I must say, all these newspapers who keep putting the knock now into the debate, I think it's just media rivalry, isn't it? No, there's some of that. The Democrat, I'm just saying, I don't know what we do without television. I look at this. Well, it was a hell of a show, that's all.
Well, it was a hell of a show, I thought. You guys see with the subtitles.
You get a glimpse there of what.
Pretty wild, though, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to see him, like whenever you see photos of him just relaxing at the beach house, it's really weird to see.
On my sailboat.
Yeah. Clinton Hill had a lot of great stories about him, just personal in his life, and it's
But he was soft-spoken there, like very confident, just talking.
Just a nice, normal guy, and what a terrible fucking anniversary. It really is. As much as I've teased it and we've all mocked it and, the historical whatever.
Tomorrow.
It's a fucking horrible day tomorrow, man.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Terrible.
Tomorrow's the day.
And Oswald was I'm so happy that cocksucker's dead and never got to do a bunch of interviews. I mean, the conspiracy shit would have been knocked out if he had lived, but fuck him.
I like
squashed by Jack Ruby's truly a hero.
Sirhan, still alive.
Right.
Yeah.
Why would they,
Why would they leave him alive? Mind control fucking 40 years ago?
Mind control.
And it still works? Ugh.
Obviously, he needs to be kept alive.
He should be killed. Sirhan should be killed for what he did to this country.
Then it went over to Anderson Cooper, and he went long form with the JFK thing. A lot of old news clips, but long form witnesses and talking about how people saw something on the grassy knoll and ran that way, and the announcement by the press secretary that a press secretary that was, I guess, filling in, and how he had to make the announcement in front of everyone. I never saw that clip either.
Can we see that?
That was pretty amazing.
Sam, can we see that the press secretary, PRESS space.
Go to CNN. They might have that piece all bundled up nice for us today.
Hold on, let me say this. The boss wants the press secretary clip. Why don't you fucking find it and stop futzing around? Yeah. Looking at Phil Spector, Sylvia Brown.
Yeah, psychic Sylvia Brown's dead, I guess.
Good. Yep. Fucking vulture.
You think?
Yes.
Some say she found missing kids.
All right, well, my apologies.
I don't think.
You're a man of conviction.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I was never convicted.
All right.
Sam, will you just Google it?
That's all right. I should have gave these guys the heads up.
No, you take 10 seconds, boss.
It was a lot
of find it.
It was a lot of clips I haven't seen before because they really just kind of went a little deeper because of the 50th anniversary.
Sure. See that Zapruder clip that they?
Yeah, it's the famous one.
No.
Oh. Put to what?
Hear about that? They put it together really touched up every frame, put it together in kind of a stability. Yeah, they stabilized the picture. It's amazing, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks pretty cool.
I think I've seen...
Oh, here we go. Oh, there's a horrible version of it.
We'll do it again. Go on, Matt. John F. Kennedy died at approximately 1 o'clock.
You're kidding.
Central Standard Time.
Where?
Today, here in Dallas. He died of gunshot wound in the brain. Slow it down.
Insane in the membrane. Remember Static?
I have no other details regarding the assassination of the president.
This is a horrible version of it. Assistant press secretary. Yeah, he was not the actual guy that day.
Malcolm killed him.
I mean, he was the guy that day, but it wasn't his gig. And what? He fucked it up because he goes, I could do it again? Did anyone else pick up on that in the beginning?
Yeah, you want another take?
Yeah, they were telling him to slow down.
Right. So, yeah, that's a horrible version of it.
Wowie kazowie.
Anyway, 50 years tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that eternal flame is not so eternal. Sunday morning with that Charles Osgood.
Sunday morning.
They dedicated their whole show last Sunday to the JFK assassination. They went real deep. It was a great hour and a half of TV. And the eternal flame, that flame's gone out a million fucking times since.
Well,
I did not know that.
A million times. They had major construction on it because they decided to go with a new design, so not so eternal.
I think they mean it figuratively.
I understand what they mean.
They were Bengals fans.
I really thought they figured out, try to figure out how to keep the actual flame going even through construction.
Yeah.
But it was down and out for a while.
Yeah, it's kind of out.
There's actually pictures of it out.
Yeah, I mean, what does it mean? It's stupid. The gas shut off.
Right.
It's not some fucking magic. Like Chris Angel.
Yeah.
Balloon Kennedy would have been good if they
Kennedy.
put him in the car.
He'd still be alive today.
Think of Oswald Schock looking through that scope.
Right.
He fucking makes the shot and then just sees Kennedy go.
Right.
Deflates.
All right, well, that sucked. To hear the Opie and Anthony Show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter, @Opie Radio, @Anthony Cumia, and @Jim Norton.